I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. And that's how I feel about myself.
You see me around a lot. Don't act like you ain't seen me around them days. He said that I do.
Bud, come on. Terence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen. And
straight, boom, straight shot. Like right here, boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam. That's when the trying to run out. When the trying to run, there you go.
Even if I don't feel the same way that he feeling at the moment, it don't matter. I still want to hear him out and try to understand what he's saying.
If you hear, what do you think he can throw? Because you out the way of the right hand.
He like a sponge. He soak up everything that he needs to soak up, put it into his arsenal, and then you make the best out of everything that you learn from everybody.
Then throw it straight left to the body.
At the end of the day, you don't want to feel like a know-it-all. And the people that know it all are the people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
This is a warning letter wrapped in sweat, discipline, and quiet confidence. Because when Shakur Stevenson decides to lock himself inside a gym with Terence Crawford, he's not looking for motivation posters or Instagram highlights.
It's a work of art. Sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division, and be the last man standing given the opportunity.
He's looking for answers to problems most fighters don't even realize are coming yet. This camp feels less like boxing preparation and more like a graduate-level course in how to survive chaos without panicking, because Crawford isn't teaching Shakur how to punch harder. He's teaching him how to think clearer when the room is on fire.
Send somebody to steal his passport, replicate his job, all types of weird stuff.
He called me earlier. He's like, yo, when you sparring, I'm gonna come to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was gonna pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he says, so. A hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep winning.
And that's exactly why this camp matters, heading into a fight with Teofimo Lopez, a man whose entire style is built on turning order into disorder and comfort into panic. From the moment cameras step inside, the energy is different. No screaming, no fake hype, no chest-beating theatrics, just quiet work, sharp movements, long pauses, real conversations. Shakur doesn't talk like a man chasing validation. He talks like someone chasing mastery. He openly says,
send somebody to steal his passport, replicate his job, all types of weird stuff.
He called me earlier. He's like, yo, when you sparring, I'm gonna come to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was gonna pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he says, so. A hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep winning.
Because Crawford is real, normal, grounded. And that might sound boring until you realize how rare that is in boxing's ego-fueled ecosystem. This is a fighter who understands that greatness doesn't come from pretending you already know everything.
I hurt my hand. I was hurting it all throughout the camp.
I was feeling good.
I felt it just now. But I was trying to ignore the pain and keep it going, but it just got worse to the point where I couldn't really take it no more. I kind of felt it after my last fight. I'm like, man, just ignore it, because you're going to have to keep ignoring it every time you fight. You don't realize it until it gets like to the point where you just can't take it no more. That video, even that video that got out of me like hitting somebody with a body shot, I fell. I've been hitting it constantly over and over and over. I felt the pain badly that last time to where it's like...
It comes from admitting you don't. Shakur calls himself a sponge, soaking up information, corrections, habits, rhythms. And that mentality alone already separates him from half the division. Because here's the bold claim nobody wants to say out loud.
Right here. You fucking up. You have a shot?
This camp isn't about Teofimo's power, it's about Teofimo's unpredictability. Crawford doesn't prepare fighters for punches, he prepares them for moments. Moments where the crowd roars, momentum shifts, and instincts beg you to abandon discipline. That's where fights are lost. And Crawford lives in those moments. He's been there, he's survived them, he's thrived in them. And now Shakur is being taught how to slow the world down when Teofimo tries to speed it up. The conversations inside this camp feel surgical. Crawford doesn't bark orders, he asks questions. What did you see there? Why did you hesitate? Why did you step left instead of right? This is problem solving at championship speed.
At the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is eventually going to start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, you know, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that to be his brother.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than people think.
Here's how bad he loses.
I was about to say.
So you think it's going to be bad?
Let's say he loses a competitive fight.
Yeah,
I think that would be the most common answer is Shakur outpoints him in a very competitive fight.
Beats him.
What then? What then for you and Teo?
For the businessman, huh?
All right, cool. Since you worded it like that, I don't, because I won't go say that shit. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the future holds. I just know what I want to do, and I want to go to 147 and become a champion. Because I just feel like them guys just can't beat me from 140 to 147. And I just feel like, you know, I'm a surprise the boxing world. I'm small. I just moved to 140, and I'm gonna be fighting guys naturally bigger than me, and I'm gonna be stopping them. I mean, knocking them out.
I remember.
And that's gonna be very entertaining.
And it matters because Teofimo doesn't fight in straight lines. He fights in bursts, traps, rhythm breaks. You can't prepare for that with mitt work alone. You prepare for it by learning how not to panic when the plan gets punched in the mouth. That's where Keyshawn Davis steps in as the truth teller of the room. He's been in there with both guys. He's felt both styles, and his assessment doesn't come wrapped in fanboy hype. He sees this fight starting slow, methodical, chest-heavy Shakur doing what Shakur does best. Touching, controlling, stealing rounds quietly while critics complain he's boring. But then comes the shift.
Piggyback a little bit off of what you just said. I want to start by just giving them credit. You know, a lot of these guys avoid certain fights. They're not avoiding them right now. You got to give them credit. A lot of people took shots at Shakur, you know, and Teofimo at certain spots. He's avoiding this guy. He's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up, and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet side. He would have the advantage of power in this fight. You know one thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power, but Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is gonna be interesting. I'll tell you, it's a lot to like about these two athletic, talented fights.
Because Teofimo doesn't stay quiet forever. At some point, the switch flips, the pressure ramps up, the confidence turns into assertion, and Keyshawn is honest enough to say it. Teofimo can fight. Not can punch, can fight. That's an important distinction. But even then, the edge still leans Shakur, not because he's flashier, not because he's louder, but because he's calmer. Because when chaos enters the ring, Shakur doesn't meet it with ego. He meets it with structure. That's the Crawford influence showing itself before the bell ever rings. Then you've got Teddy Atlas, who zooms out and kills the lazy narratives instantly.
Nobody that's gonna be calling this fight, because there's every offense that, or every type of any offense that's gonna be landed, It's going to have to be earned or set up. Both these guys are intelligent, right? Teofimo Lopez, explosive as hell. He's smart as well. You got to remember, this man was the first man to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, well before Haney. Yeah, So, look, check this out. And you already know Shakur Stevenson. You know what he bring into the ring. Defense first. Yep, defense first. You ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna get mine when I get mine and when I want to get mine.
No ducking, no fear, no manufactured excuses. This is two elite fighters choosing difficulty, and that alone deserves respect in an era where matchmaking often hides behind business language. Atlas frames this fight the way it should be framed, a high-level collision of styles, intelligence, and nerve. Yes, Teofimo has power. Yes, he has athletic explosiveness.
I might perceive this fight as being boring and this and that. This is going to be one hell of a technical battle that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this battle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because what y'all going to witness is, I'm going to tell you right now what you're going to witness. You're going to witness fundamentals, great fundamentals versus that explosive stuff. You know what I'm saying? That explosive stuff. So, like, let me give you a prime example. Not to this degree, but Tonio Tarver, Roy Jones. Tarver had them fundamentals down. Roy didn't.
But so does Shakur, just expressed differently. Shakur's athleticism lives in balance, anticipation, and denial. He denies opponents the moments they need to breathe life into chaos. And that's where Timothy Bradley Jr. steps in with the warning label, fans don't want to read.
Yeah, look, if Teofimo Lopez, he get out of line and he want to run in there that fire and he get his behind caught, just like Norman Jr. got his behind caught, talking about, oh, he can't punch. Oh, he can find himself picking himself off of the canvas too. Yeah, talking about Shakur can't punch. I don't see many guys just running in there on Shakur. But anyways, look, y'all already know what it is. Precision, timing, right? Hitting the dude when he don't see something coming. That's power.
This isn't going to be fireworks every second. This is a chess match where every inch costs something. Where mistakes don't get erased by heart or toughness, they get punished. Bradley shuts down the lazy Shakur can't punch take with one sentence. Power is timing and placement. And that's terrifying because timing plus discipline is exactly what this camp is sharpening. Here's the uncomfortable truth. This fight isn't about who lands the biggest punch. It's about who survives the longest stretch of uncertainty without abandoning their identity. Teofimo thrives on moments stealing them, exploding in them, flipping momentum with sudden violence. Shakur thrives on denial, taking moments away, shrinking options, making rounds feel like quicksand. And Crawford's presence in camp suggests Shakur isn't just preparing to win rounds, he's preparing to survive the storm of the middle rounds when Teofimo starts believing it's his time. The prediction coming out of this camp feels almost inevitable. Shakur banks early rounds with precision and control, frustrating fans who want blood instead of brilliance. Then Teofimo adjusts. The bursts get sharper, the timing improves, the danger spikes, moments get stolen. The crowd wakes up, the internet starts yelling, and that's where the real test begins. Not of skill, but of nerve. And the bet being made inside this camp is simple. Discipline survives chaos. Structure outlasts explosion. Calm beats confidence when confidence starts to rush. This is why this camp matters. This is why training with Crawford isn't a headline, it's a message. Shakur isn't preparing for a fight. He's preparing for disorder. And when the ring starts shrinking, the lights get hotter, and Teofimo starts imposing his will, the real question won't be who punches harder. It'll be who thinks clearer when everything stops making sense. Because if this camp is telling us anything, it's this. Shakur Stevenson isn't walking into this fight hoping to win. He's walking in expecting to solve it. And that should make everyone very, very uncomfortable.